Yes, I have.
Good job. Have you met Weatherman? Have you talked to Weatherman yet?
We spoke on the phone.
Hey, well, that was him. Did you know that was him?
That just walked out the door?
Yeah.
I think so.
Hey. Is the video up yet?
I'm watching.
Well, get off that, Josh, and get on to this, okay?
I'll watch it later.
There you go. All right, I'm logging onto my computer. I'm a little late. Are we live, Van? I apologize about taking so long to get a Weatherman. Hey, Tristan, you need to go meet that man. If I were you, I'd be going in there and say, Weatherman, hey, are you on my stream before you go in there? What do you think about this jacket, Feho?
You look damn good.
My wife is on here. She said I'm looking sharp. I'll give credit. My wife picked out this coat, this jacket. I appreciate it, Feho. Good morning, Shawan. Everybody, thank you for getting on here. It's Tuesday. Hell, I don't even know what my days are anymore. Okay. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the morning grind. As always, we will start each day with a little gratitude from the day before. Man, what happened? Noah, I've never seen such. You got a DNP. Y'all know what that is?
Did not perform.
Did not play. Dude did not even play yesterday. Good Lord. We'll move on to the people that did. Number one, Feho always shows up. Man, he's like always in pole position. Why do y'all always let Josh win?
I ain't never heard of losing this fight.
Because you just a big old, what did Ricky Bobby say?
Big old hairy winning machine.
That's all you are. Congratulations. 76 calls. Gracie, man, I didn't even see you in here yesterday, and you popped up. 60 phone calls, 2 appointments, big day. Hayden, didn't see you much, still hit his target, 52. Lowrider, 50. I don't know how Van is on the leaderboard, but it says 2 appointments. How'd you do that, Van?
There you go. I'm contributing. I have no idea.
Noah did have an appointment. KK, it only says 20. I don't know what happened. Don't know what happened. And Andrew is at the absolute bottom, but he did play golf yesterday, so maybe. Hey, everybody has a day, a new day. It's a new day to make up, even if you show up late. Did anybody show up late today? The way you do one thing's the way you do everything. I'd be careful if I'm a girl out there and I'm late. Just saying. Just saying.
That's a little sketchy.
The morning grind. We are going to continue our series, and if you're on here today, do me a favor. Please like, comment, and share the stream. If somehow, Tristan, have you shared the stream?
I have.
Okay, so if anybody knows Tristan, do they know you? Your friends on there?
Yeah.
They know who you are. So any of your friends out there, I'm GoodTimeTommy. Like my page. Does any of your friends need to know about this content? See how many people you could get to like the page, man. I'd appreciate that.
Yes, sir.
We're going to continue with our series just like in the church. Be committed. Write in here if you're committed. If you're committed, Josh, put your bowl down and write in there, I'm committed. I want to hear from the ones that are committed. Noah, I feel like you're recommitting today. You showed up at the gym. You've done your video. You do these things to get into action to become committed. You probably feel a little bit different today, don't you? Got a little something going on today. Congratulations. Feho was the first to say I'm committed. Good job, Josh. Proud of you.
Thanks. Hey, we need some committed verses. You know how
we need to find those. Now, here's something.
11.
Here's something I do need to tell you guys and ladies. Pastor Moon Guy is going to start leading like a Bible study on Thursday. If you think you need to get right with Jesus, you need to be there. I'm going to get right with the Lord. I love the Lord. So today, and I want you to think about this. If you're watching this, if you're one of Tristan's friends or somebody else, ask yourself this. Do you remember this one time, maybe the first time, maybe the only time, you had to get committed? I can remember during parts of my life where I had to do like baby commitments, like when I was in college. You know, in high school, I was committed to a cause. I had Coach Rankin just pushing me to get committed. But I'm talking about later in life, like after college. I remember in college one time, I thought I'd flunked out of school. I thought I was already on academic probation. Does that sound
about
familiar?
that?
I thought I'd failed out of school, but I was bailed out. I was bailed out by default. I was on academic probation, but since I dropped from being a full-time student to a part-time student, they didn't kick me out. I already told my mom, hey, I'm going to take this semester off, Mom. Get shit right in my life. What are you talking about? Well, okay, I flunked out. Then I found out, dude, you didn't flunk out because you dropped down so low, we're not even going to kick you out, so come on back. So I went back, finally graduated, and the rest is history. But I didn't know about commitment then. The first time I really remember having to get committed in my life was, I've told y'all the date, it was September the 10th, 2012. I remember it very specifically. I went to the doctor because my stomach, I just had all this acid. In the middle of the night, I would get up, and the only way I could get that, I thought, was just heartburn or like an ulcer. I thought I had an ulcer. I thought the only way I can get sleep tonight is to go in there and make myself throw up, and I would literally throw up stomach acid. I mean, it wasn't puke. It was like pure acid. So I finally scheduled an appointment to go to the doctor, and I was eating terrible. I was fat boy. I was going to the gym, but I wasn't really doing enough to make a difference. So I go in there, and the results come back September 10th, 2012, and they're like, dude, you're type 2 diabetic. And to be honest, where you are today is like, this was nearly 9 years ago, so I was in my mid to late 30s. So the doctor said, man, you won't live much longer. You know, he scared the hell out of me. Dr. Cote, very intimidating gentleman. So I weighed in that day. I was 247 pounds. And I had a very, my diet was terrible. I was disciplined, Josh Fejo. My discipline, though, was to a very bad diet. Toots, chicken finger baskets, French fries, ketchup, fried foods. I just ate a lot of bad things. And I was very committed to that, to eating bad. Which side of commitment do you want to be on? The one that's going to make you suffer later, or the kind you suffer now, but it changes your life. So we get to talking, and he really gave me so much certainty that the way I'm doing this would lead to like really bad problems. I don't know if you know much about being diabetic or not, but I mean, they chop your shit off, your fingers, your feet, your toes. I mean, it attacks your kidneys. I mean, it really creates a problem to where, you know, in your late 30s thinking about, man, this ain't the way I'm going to live. And so from that day, I had to make a decision right then. What am I going to do with my diet lifestyle? What is going to be my plan? So I seeked out things that I would want to do. But I made the decision. Everything begins with a decision. I made a decision on that day, things are going to change. So from 247, I had to make a huge shift in what I was eating and what I was doing. So I joined Rod Key's boot camp. It was like, is Aiden on here? Thank you, Aiden. Does Aiden like our page? Could you get him to like the page? Absolutely. Do you think you have any pull with that man? He had to, hey, how much commitment did Aiden have to get through what he just got through? Tons of commitment. So I made that decision. I'm going to join a group. We started at 5 o'clock. I had to change my diet. And for I would say 3 months, I didn't eat one bad thing. I was scared to death. My commitment had changed my habits. And I wouldn't even eat anything. I wouldn't even eat like a potato chip. 3 months, I went from 247 to 205. It was like it was probably the most proud of myself I'd ever been in my life. So, Josh, you're going through something similar like this. You're going through a phase where I really feel like you decided to commit about a year ago coming up, isn't it? When was the Pray Drive? Have you ever done a video and talked about when you decided to commit?
I mean, the day after. But
yeah. Well, I mean, here's why it's powerful, because it's nearly 300 days later and you're still committed. Would you rather be committed the day after or 300 days from the decision?
300 days.
Mm-hmm. So if I'm you, this would be part of my brand. Hey, how are you going to get known? Are you committed to your brand? I would do a video and I would tag Coach Burt, because he was somebody where you went to that event and it changed the way you do things. It's the habits that change everything. For me, to prove to myself that I could go from 247 to 205, what do you think that told me? That's 42 pounds.
You do much more than that.
You
I-
can do anything.
I felt like I could do anything. I felt like for the first time in my life, hey, come on in here, buddy. You gonna get up here with us? Oh, so you don't touch my vodka. But that was the first time I had demonstrated to myself in a long, long time that I could commit to something and I could see it through and I could change my life. That was the first time that happened in a long time. Guess what started happening after that commitment? Guess what started happening after that moment in my life? One of the lowest moments of my life, I was scared to death. I called my mom. She acted like, oh, it's okay, it's okay. And as soon as she hung up, she called John Jones. She called John Jones crying, freaking out. She had like, oh, it's going to be okay. And she called John, it's bad. Ooh, it's bad. Okay, so that was something during that time where I felt like that was probably the biggest gut punch I'd had in my life. Like, damn, how am I going to get through this? I was scared to death. I was ashamed. I had to go buy medicine, go up there, turn in my prescription. Oh, I ain't going to be on this. I remember telling the first tech that I got it from, I ain't going to be on this long, but here's what I need. Like, because type 2 diabetic, that's just an indicator of poor lifestyle.
Isn't it like 4 or 5 different pills too? Isn't it like a lot of pills?
Well, I didn't have. I just took one,
Yeah.
but I was taking that and something else, and it was just really shameful for me. I was really humiliated by it, and that was the thing that fueled me. I ain't gonna be on medicine the rest of my life, and going to the gym 5 o'clock, doing all that stuff. It was very hard. It was, I felt like I was probably in the best shape of my life, and I eventually got down to 194. Now I'm about 212. I'm still too chubby. I need to get back under, I need to be under 190 pounds at my age. Still right now at 212 pounds, when I go to the doctor, he can say, you're a little off. But here's what I'm talking about. Once you demonstrate to yourself you know how to commit, it's the way you do one thing is the way you do everything. You have demonstrated to yourself, I'm capable of doing this. I'm capable of committing to myself and getting the result that I wanted. Now, where I really have always struggled in my life is believing that I was going to get these things, because by the time you're 35 years old, it's become pretty apparent to most people you are what you are. Like if you're a quarterback in the NFL for 6 or 7 years, do you usually become a star? I didn't become a star until my 40s. And if that moment would not have happened at 30, I don't remember how old I was, in my late 30s. If that would not have happened, I never, ever, well, good morning. The rabbit is here. I never would have demonstrated to myself that I could do something that was hard. The old Tommy would try something. I would always try something. It was called a fast start, where I would do something and I would be interested, but the moment I felt like there wasn't a result, as soon as that happened, I was like skipping and looking for something else, because to me, if it wasn't working, that indicated that it's the wrong thing. It's the wrong idea. There's something better out there. But what you're going to find in life is the best things happen when you're committed and there's no other alternative. There's no other choice, because the good things happen a lot later. So the people that, like, imagine what it would have been like if I'd have gone from 247 down to 221. My life changed when I got under 200 pounds. I mean, I was in phenomenal shape. So apply this thing to other things. Some people are committed to their money to get to a certain level. But imagine if you stay committed to get to a whole nother level. This applies in your finances, in your health, in your relationships. So I'm telling you, get committed to something big. Create a big target that's not going to fulfill you in the next 3 to 6 months, but I'm talking about something that's going to change your life. Whenever I made the commitment I was going to get to 100 deals, that was after this. We're going to get to 100 deals. It took about 5 years maybe to get to that number. And then the next step was 200, which I think we'll hit this year. But I should not be focused on that number. My number should be 1,000. needs to be 1,000 homes. Because what that does is it gives you a target, which gives you purpose. Every single day, I want you guys to have these targets because you need purpose. Do you know what purpose is, Josh?
The reason why you do something.
Man, you are on. Hey, that man right there is on top of stuff today. So you need a purpose. Like whenever you're purpose driven to do something, your results will always be greater than saying for money. Money will not motivate you long enough. Because once you feel like you got enough, you'll stop. You need a bigger purpose in your life. So I just wanted to share this morning the first time I really, really ever committed to something. And it was because I was fat. It was because my diet was terrible. But I changed all that, and I got to a whole nother level with my health. I know it's possible, and if I can do it in one area of my life, I can do it in every area of my life. The way you do one thing is the way you do. Shut us down, Von Grafton.